shoot some games, shoot some starships down. That was the game for you to play with. That was the game. And I remember talking to my mother about this. My mother used to play it as well. And a few of my neighbours from back in the early days played it as well, and they were fucking awesome. There was another game, if I can find it. We're just going to stop sharing that for the moment. I just want to find another game to tweak with. Not to play, but to tweak with, as in to put up on the screen. And there it is. And if they are for sale, I'd be very, very surprised. I'd be very, very surprised if they were for sale. And there they are. And who can forget these beasts now? To me now, as a youngster growing up, these were beasts. And I absolutely enjoyed it. Can we do it? Just making sure. Yep. There it is. Right there, it's what it says on the tin. And can we do it? Yes, we can. There it is. Right there. It wasn't so easy to get. It wasn't that easy, and they were tough to get. So getting one console would cost you 20 quid. Another console, another 20 quid. That's about 40. So for three games back in the early days was about, argument's sake, about 40 quid, £40. But these games were just so handy. They were so handy, and I literally feckin' loved them. Scramble, and I think Scramble was one of my best games, and Mindstorm was one of my best. But I will tell you a funny story about with Mindstorm though. And my mother was a massive fan. If I ever do get my paws on it, I might as well get my mother one too. I don't know, but my golly, these were good. And I remember there are a good few years. Oh God, before I moved out, I got this game. I got it for £99 on eBay. I think I won it via an auction or something like that. And I played it. Now the biggest mistake I made it was that I had it in the sun, and it's black now. The entire unit to what you see is black on the screen. So, being the fucking dumbass that I was, the top to what you see there, the top lid warped, the top part warped, and it nearly cracked open. I'm surprised it was still fucking working. So you had a free built-in game with that, which was known as Mindstorm, and my mother clobbered me with Mindstorm. She bet the holy becheapers out of me on Mindstorm, and I was pissed off because when I was a kid, I did not what's the word, like losing. I did not like losing at all. and that was something. Yeah, take that off fully. I just did not like losing completely. So you had to get through these mines. Minefield 1 was easy. That's on the built-in game now to what you see here on the top left-hand side. So that's the free built-in game if the game did not go along with it. And there you will have a screen. Now you have these little clippers here, and now the screen was to protect your eyes. Now this was good thinking back in the early days. Now this was really, really good solid thinking now. And Milton Bradley really did put their heads together with this one now. I really, really loved it. Like you go back from your Spectrums to your Commodores and all that stuff. Holy fecking mackerel, it was fecking awesome. The screens were just ingenious. They were. It saved your eyes from strain for those who wore spectacle glasses and all that stuff. It was just awesome. And yes, I did have to mute my mic there for a second. So, if you're playing Mindstorm, you had to battle these mines. And if you cleared the first mine, you go into Minefield 2. Now, Minefield 2, if you maneuver around, they follow you and they would try to kill you. That's what they would try and do. And and it's not so fun getting killed in a game. And just as I knew a guy from Jesus back in the day. He just likes to win, win, win. I'm not saying the guy's name here on this podcast commentary, but he just likes to win, win, win. But those were fun times. They were really fun, and I never fucking forget it. So basically, uh, the entire unit of the Vectrex on your top left and right, what you see there on your screen on the demos here, like it's all in black and white to what you see, and black and white. Now you had to turn the contrast down from the back of the unit. That's what I can remember mostly about it. You had to get a little screwdriver or use your thumb or your nail to um to turn down the contrast. By God, it'll hurt the fecking eyes out of you. It will hurt you for sure. But Scramble, now, Scramble was a very unique game. And what you had to do with Scramble was that you had to, let me click it in here. There it is, right there. You see it. Let me go back to the screen here. Now, this is Scramble here, right? What you had to do with Scramble there was you had to shoot for fuel to keep yourself topped up, and you had to shoot these enemies as well. So you had to be very clever in this game to what you had to do, and this was just good now. And this is one of the best games that I've ever played. So you had level 1, and if you reach up to 10,000, you get an extra life. You hear this little jingle, do 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 do, whatever it said on the music little thing there. So it was just it was just very good. There's another game I'm looking at here as well. Something that I've never seen before. If I can click on that and enlarge it. Yep. Yeah, fuck it. I accept, whatever. So there's your images right there. Now these are from different games, player 1 and player 2, so you could play doubles on a Vectrex. I think that is scrambled right there to what you see. And I do believe you can still buy these son of a bitches online. I do not believe. So there was Space Wars, and there was Protection, whatever that is. I think that was the name of the game. These are games that I've never played. So there was player one. These are the screens. These are the screens. My apologies. These were cool back then. But there was a game that really came into mind was what was it? Hyper Chase. There was another game that really came into play. There was Spike. Never heard of that game before until now. Oh, I'm going to share it. You betcha. There it is, right there. These were cool back then. They were, and that's what you see there. And those were most games that I know. Like I played Hyper Chase, which is a racing game, which is like a game of pole position, like on the Commodore, and the what else do you call it? There was Starhawk, which was kind of a thing that would kind of dazzle you a little bit. You see these things going like that, and you have to shoot these things. It was kind of an easy game to play, but at the same time you had to what you call it, get out of there and just. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn that off. Okay, I don't know why I done that. Let me turn that back on if I'm... No, I do not want to do that. There it is. If you can do it. Share. There we go. Back to where we began. So there's your scramble games. So they were in different colors. There was Jason or something like that. I think it was Hyper Chase or Cosmic Chase or something like that. There's Hyper Chase in the back there. That was just one of the, yeah, except the privacy codes or whatever. So there's your little there's your little demo on the top to what you had to do. And can we put that there? Can we do it? These were fun back then. So if you could buy these Vectrex games online, my God, I'd be so amazed. I remember my mother telling me, "Well, you might not be going back into your childhood anytime sooner." Well, I may be 4 years of age, but damn it, though my birthday is several months away. Thank feck. Not revealing the date on that one. But these were... I found out that my uncle sold this actual console to me. And I don't know why he did. I don't know why he did that to start with. I have no unearthly idea. I couldn't figure it out why he sold it out. And there's the intro when you turn her on, and there's the actual box for it right there. So when you turn around, there's your turn on button, there's your joypad 1 and joypad 2, there's your reset button there. Those were just magic. They were awesome to use. My uncle and I used to play it when we were youngsters back in the time, and God bless Nana. Her son was way better than the Vectrex than I was, and I just said, Jesus Christ, where can I get one of them? I just got it as a present. Whatever he said to me back then, it was just awesome. So besides covering to what I just spoke about earlier on, and it says here, all hail the Vectrex, the ultimate collector's review guide. Okay, let's take a stab at this one, as in let's have a look. Let's have a visit with this And this is a 4 star. All hail to the Vectrex review guide. It says here, released in 1982, the GCE Vectrex is more popular today. Holy mackerel. Was back then when it is remarkable a world where the newest electronic gadgets go obsolete within hours. The Vectrex remains eternal and continues the fans around the world. Why is that? Because a lot of people like them. A lot of people like them. That's why. So if you get, I tried the Vectrex game on keyboard. It was difficult to play, but having the console was just awesome. And do not tell me you can download this on the App Store or on Google Play. Holy shit. I think I rather prefer to have the console than download it on the Google or on the Google, whatever you, Google Play, to whatever it is that you download your apps on. That I can tell you for sure. But this was just deadly. These were just awesome, honest to God. These are nothing but, for those who had a console like this, this is nostalgic. This is. These are nostalgic moments for any person that had this back in the early 80s. And these were one of the best. There's no ifs or buts about that. Let's have a look at another image. There's a different image here now. Wow, okay. Rare Mini Vectrex console is like to Switch great grandparent. That, I tell you what that looks like to me. That looks like a commentator's monitor, that do. And this pick credit goes to Gizmodo. Rare Mini Vectrex console. So yeah, let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that. My goodness. This incredibly rare mini from 1980s is like the Switch great grandparent updated. Yeah, upset, except not upset. Without the internet, instantly dispersing images to millions of people, probably a lot easier video game prototypes under wraps in the 80s. Just a handful of photos, backed up rumors. That's clever. Possible existence of a miniature version of ill-fated Vectrex console, but it's a rumor, no more now. Okay. That the National Video Game Museum in Frisco, Texas, has managed to get this hands on the mythical prototype. Damn. Oh, it's on a Twitter feed as well. So there's two colors to this, to what you're looking at now. And I think there was a grey version, now there's a black version. Excuse the manner. Not being disrespectful when I said that. So there's 28 retweets and 725 likes and 213 likes, retweets, excuse me. So those were ace. Now, as I said there a few minutes ago, they look like just commentators' monitors. Like if you're sitting at a ringside calling a boxing match or a UFC match or something like that, they look just like commentators' monitors. They do. I've never seen a mini Vectrex look like that before until now. So this So back in those times, they were about $500. In today's funds, has just come in. Blah blah blah. 1983 game crash. Okay. Pardon me, I'm skipping a few words here. Even with its built-in 9 by 11 inch 9 by 11 inch screen, Vectrex was by no means a cumbersome piece of hardware. Its controller even slotted in front of the cons- in front of the console so that the whole thing was easier to move around. I will agree with that. Yes, when the console was moved in and folded in, that was way. I will agree. It was handier to move around. It was way handy. That I will freaking say. So let's have a look at this clip. Jesus. Mindstorm. Who can forget that? Player 1, Player 2. Are you kidding? This is what I talked about earlier on. This is what I talked about. You had to defeat these mines, and the spaceship gives you all these opponents to shoot. And there was 50 replies, and this goes back to 3 years ago from this tweet from the Video Game Museum, credited to the Video Game Museum, the National Video Game Museum, credited to them. It's alive. We dug a little deeper into the Mini Vectrex console this weekend. We're happy to report it's now back working order. Check out this console in action. It looks good. Yes, that was my commentary voice kicking in. That just looked ace. Let's just play it one more time if we could before we go off the air. This was just awesome to look at. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That is all I can say about that. Right, that wraps it up for this podcast. Thank you for watching, uh, everyone, and do have a safe and pleasant day.